Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Putty, and welcome back to the territory. Welcome back to Mid-Atlantic Wrestling. We are in Centerpiece Bridge. Huge building, likely not to fill it tonight, but it is imperative that we run a big building, because tonight we are hosting an honorable event, one of our most honored events that we host. It is the greatest tag team tournament in the industry today, the Sam Keith Classic. It's our 12th version of the event. Let's show you the bracket. First of all, we have the Mid-Atlantic Tag Team Champions, the Southern Stars, Animal Harker and Tennessee William. We have Devil May Care, the former Tag Team Champions, and of course former winners of this tournament, Acid and Stuntman, Blazing Saddles, Cowboy Buck Winchester and Cowboy Brad Blaze, as well as the Heartbreak Express, Lisa Bowen's boys. The MAW alum almost, but they never really got a shot here on the main roster, but they're back tonight. And it is, of course, Johnny Needham and Ralph Leota, the Heartbreak Express, back tonight. Maybe one night only, maybe a long-term thing. We'll have to find out. Certainly, if they can impress, they're looking at a long-term deal. But we are in Centerpiece Bridge. There's a lot to get through. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce the Sam Keith Classic 12. Not bad, actually. That's a lot better than predicted. That's 500 extra than we thought. So that's pretty good. Actually, our third most attended event ever. As we open up the Sam Keith Classic with about that decent wrestling and not much heat, the Tag Team Champions get off to a winning start as the Southern Stars defeat the Blazing Saddles in 10 minutes and 47 seconds when Tennessee Williams defeats Cowboy Buck Winchester with a Texas meat grinder, of course. Both brawly teams, both babyface, energetic teams indeed, as the barroom brawlers of the Blazing Saddles. Professional cowboys. If there's only two things they know, it's that one, a pint of beer in the state of Texas costs just over $8, and two, those fists can win any fight they want. But tonight, they came up against one of the best damn tag teams in the industry today. In Animal Harker and Tennessee Williams, the Southern Stars, they're on fire. Duke Hazard says they beat everybody in Texas. They beat everybody in Florida, and they're on their way to beating everybody in the Carolinas. Because tonight, they got a big victory over the Blazing Saddles, continuing their already strong reign as the Tag Team Champions. And they've got points on the board in the Sam Keith Classic. And of course, we have a re-debut tonight. So Lisa Bowen and her baby boys, Ralph Leota and Johnny Needham, and Lisa Bowen says, my boys were not given the correct amount of respect. My boys were not given the light of day. You see, my boys are the greatest express-based tag team in professional wrestling today. They're named Heartbreak because that's the feeling that any tag team that comes up against them feels. They're named Heartbreak because that's the feeling that they inspire in all the girls in the crowd tonight. Because quite frankly, my boys are on another level. My boys are married to professional wrestling. And my boys are going to take home the trophy and prove to you all that they're the best. Ralph Leota, Johnny Needham. Remember the names. And indeed, the Heartbreak Express get off to a victory over the former Tag Team Champions. With a victory over Acid. With the score, defeats Devil May Care, gets points on the board. A huge return victory for the Heartbreak Express. They claim to be the best express-based tag team in the wrestling business today. Will that claim hold true? They defeat the Valhalla Boys. Points on the board. Not much to tell after the first round, but the Southern Stars and the Heartbreak Express ahead thus far. Will it prove a decisive first round? Or will Devil May Care or the Blazing Saddles get back in the saddle, as it were, as we cut to the interview area where the architect Dewey Archer gets on the mic and says, "Sweet Tabitha, I've been hearing all month. I've been hearing all year. People been asking me if I'm the uncrowned number one contender, if I'm the architect of everyone's destruction, if I am the local celebrity, the most must-see Mid-Atlantic wrestling superstar of the decade, if I'm the A-lister. If I'm the reason everybody paid to see this show, why have I not got a championship match? Why have I not become the Mid-Atlantic Wrestling Champion? Why am I not the ace?" Well, that's a good question. I agree. Why am I not the ace? Well, I tell you why I haven't got a championship match. It's because Ernest Youngman acts like he owns the place. It's because Ernest Youngman is on this pedestal, is up on his high horse, and he acts like he's the best around. And quite frankly, if I was to beat him at Fan Festival, that would be anticlimactic. No. The Architect does not do anticlimax. Oh no. The Architect builds to his victories. The Architect makes sure that people have to pay the big money to see the big money man. And that's exactly what I'm going to do, because next month at the Battle for the Mid-Atlantic, I will win the Battle for the Mid-Atlantic. And I will go to where it all begins again, the greatest show in professional wrestling today. I'll make you pay to see. You know, they could do 5,000 seat building last year with the Architect at the top of the card. You could do 10,000. Nay, 15,000. Because I tell you what, there are more fans in the wrestling world that want to see the Architect than want to see Ernest Youngman. And so, I'm going to win the Battle for the Mid-Atlantic. I'm going to headline the biggest show in professional wrestling. And I will take my title. Because I deserve it. Because I'm the best. The Architect, energetic, fired up, says he's going to win the Battle of the Mid-Atlantic. But back to the Sam Keith Classic, where Devil May Care defeat the Blazing Saddles, a result we've seen a lot lately, with a jump the shark. Stuntman defeats Brad Blaze. You know, the traditional cowboy brawling style, the barroom brawling style that we're used to seeing from the Cowboys, runs up against the Valhalla Boys. They don't care how many concussions, how many broken bones they get, as long as they get their glory. And I tell you what, the Sam Keith Classic is one of the most glorious titles you could win in the business today, and that's exactly what the Devil May Care go towards. Finally, points on the board for Devil May Care. Finally, get up to scratch. And we have a draw, a 20-minute time limit draw, the Southern Stars draw with the Heartbreak Express, as we have just a grindy downy. I'm imagining in real life this match would not be very good, because it is just 20 minutes of you know, they probably pulled off some fun tag team action. Maybe Animal Harker got a hot tag and it was just too late to actually win the match. But, yeah, nothing absolutely special about this match at all. But, yep, 1 point for each, which leaves the brackets looking something like this. There you go. So the Blazing Saddles are out of the tournament. They are eliminated. Devil May Care could still win, but it's less likely. The first match of the third round is going to be the Heartbreak Express versus the Blazing Saddles, I think. If the Heartbreak Express win, Devil May Care are out. And, yep, Devil May Care are out. If Blazing Saddles win, then Devil May Care versus Southern Stars, our main event of the evening, will be for the title. So, let's see what happens in the final round, shall we? But before that, of course, Davis Wayne Newton bursts into the interview area as Sweet Tabitha was going to try and get an interview with the Southern Stars and Duke Hazard, but Davis Wayne Newton just pushes Duke Hazard aside and says nobody cares about tag team wrestling. That's why this is one of the most boring shows on the calendar, okay? So let me just have a moment. Don't look at me like that, Sweet Tabitha. Don't look at me like that, like I'm somehow dirty, like I'm somehow beneath you. Alright, all I did last month, you know, I've had nattering in my ear from this guy and that guy and my mother and Froshore thinking that I'm this and that and this and that. Quite frankly, I don't give a shit. Alright? I've been struggling in this business, trying to take the hard way, trying to do the right thing for 10 plus years. And you know where it's got me? Nowhere. Nowhere. Never have I been given a break. Never have I been given an opportunity that I haven't had to claw, scrape, bleed, sweat, and cry to get. Never have I been given one solitary chance that I didn't earn. So you know what? I'm done. I'm sick of doing things the right way. You know, I'm 34 years old. It's been a long fucking career. And quite frankly, I'm sick and tired of doing things the young man's way. Nah. If I see an opportunity to win at any cost, at all costs, I'ma do it. And quite frankly, what I did to Fro and what I did to Logan last month, Sweet Tabitha, it felt good. gets in uncomfortably close to Sweet Tabitha and then walks off. Sweet Tabitha, by the way, I think is engaged to Stuntman. That's a shoot. That's your TMZ shoot of the day. Alright, moving into the final round of the Sam Keith Classic 12. Blazing Saddles take on the Heartbreak Express. If the Blazing Saddles win, then Heartbreak Express could still win. No, if the Blazing Saddles win, Heartbreak Express are out. If Heartbreak Express win, Blazing Saddles are out. Nope, that's wrong too. If if the Blazing Saddles win, Blazing Saddles are already out. If the Blazing Saddles win, Devil May Care are... Nope. I'll do it right this time. If the Blazing Saddles win, then the Heartbreak Express are out. If the Heartbreak Express win, then Devil May Care are out. I think I got that right. And the Blazing Saddles pick up their only victory of the tournament, eliminating the Heartbreak Express from the tournament, which leaves it to our main event of the evening. It is, of course, Acid and Stuntman going for their second. They would be the first people to ever win two Sam Keith Classics, or the Southern Stars, who have been on an absolute roll lately. One of the strongest tag teams in the territory today. Very few tag teams, if any. I'm not sure if anybody has, probably, knowing me. Very few tag teams have ever won this tournament going in the tag team champions. So it would be a big victory no matter who wins. And in our main event of the evening, in 64C, Devil May Care defeated the Southern Stars to win their second Sam Keith Classic titles. A big congratulations to them, and surely a rematch for those tag team titles have got to be on the cards. And the champions are indeed crowned by the man himself, Sam Keith. Kamikaze is there to support his buddies. Devil May Care are on top of the world again. And thank you all for watching the Sam Keith Classic 12. I know this one was a little muddled. I tried to bring in a few promos from earlier in the year to try and help anchor this show, because I knew there was going to be a few troubles. But I really enjoyed the Heartbreak Express coming back. They're definitely here to stay, by the way. It's not a one-time thing. And I hope you guys enjoyed the show. If you did, please leave a thumbs up. Check out the rest of the series. Subscribe if you haven't already. There's a link to my Patreon in the description if you're feeling especially generous. I always appreciate that. It keeps the channel rocking and or rolling. And there's also a link to my Twitter in the description, updates on the series. I always post when new videos go out there. I also ramble a lot, like posting Blood Bowl screenshots or just random shit about wrestling. And if you're watching this, it's in July now, so you will have missed the political shitstorm that I probably posted in early June, because our country recently had an election. So yeah, probably a good time to go check out my Twitter. Actually, yeah, it probably is July. It's probably well into July by the time you're seeing this video, maybe. Or maybe it's early July. I've got things pretty scheduled now, so I roughly know when videos are coming out. I think this one's in the first week of July. Or maybe it's the last week of June. Progress should be coming up soon. Anyway, I'll stop rambling. Sorry for the video wasn't full of content as it is. Let's not pad it out at the end with a ramble. Next episode is the Battle for the Mid-Atlantic, which includes the Battle for the Mid-Atlantic, I guess, tournament. I don't really know if I should call it a tournament. It's an event. It's a thing. Usually someone gets a title shot out of it. It changes format every year. This year we're having a 20-man battle royal, and the winner gets a shot at the title where it all begins again. We know Dewey Archer will be in it. That's about it. We also have our main event of the evening, Ernest Youngman versus Davis Wayne Newton. Will Davis Wayne Newton brutalize his way to the top? He's got another championship shot. Can he do it? I won't keep you any longer. I hope you guys will join me tomorrow. Or, yeah, it should be tomorrow for that episode. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys then. Peace out.